back to Casey's Garage, and today we are going to take a look at this 2011 Kia Soul that is picked up at a dealer auction. And I may have messed up just a little bit because I did not know this until after the fact, but as you can see, it's got the Millennial anti-theft device there, and I tried to steer away from standards as much as I can, even though I personally like driving them, simply because they're harder to sell. So my bad. But now I bought this car because the seller announced that this was a Frontline ready vehicle, and it's just aged inventory. And anytime I can get a car that's just ready to sell, that is always a plus. And as you can see, it's got pretty good tires on it all around. But we're gonna go get this inspected like I do with all my cars, and see how it comes out. All right, so I just got back from the inspection, but before we go over that, let's kind of take a closer look at the car here. Now we're back at the garage, and here I'll show you one other thing I noticed. This is actually after I won the car, but not too big of a deal. The antenna is missing the cover, so that little circuit board there is probably no good either, and the radio stations are definitely not coming in very clear, so we'll have to get a new antenna. Personally, stuff like that is so cheap to fix. I would not sell a car with that missing like that, but that's just me. But overall, the paint looks pretty good on the car. Like I said, good tires. Windshield is looks like it's pretty new, and not too bad of interior. And the interior is not too bad, and no signs of smoke or anything, so there's no odors. And the car has been detailed, which is nice. Like I said, it's supposed to be Frontline ready, so it should be detailed, right? But there's my clipboard. But yeah, the interior is actually pretty nice. We are missing floor mats, which again, put some floor mats in the car. I mean, for 15 bucks, you can go to Walmart and get some cheapies, which we'll probably end up doing that. And one thing I think is kind of cool, and I kind of remember this from the Kia commercials back in the day. Of course, the radio has to be working right. But, copyright. Let me switch this over to, well, maybe the car has to be on. I bet it has to be on. All right, we'll start it. I'll show you. I'll start it just to show you this. Or maybe the headlights have to be on. Heck, I don't know. Close the door, maybe? Ah, you gotta close the door. But it's got rings around the speakers in the front, which you can set it to mood right there by that switch. And then it'll just sit there and scroll through different colors. Or you can actually set it to music, and if your radio's working right, it'll pulse to the beat of the music. So kind of cool. If I remember right, the old Kia commercials had hamsters driving around in the car, dancing to music. But anyway, let's go ahead and shut this down, and let's go ahead and take a look at that inspection sheet. Like I said, 2011 Kia. It's got 120, almost 121,000 miles on it. And for the most part, everything is in the green, which is good to see because it should be Frontline ready, meaning it should be ready to sell to a consumer. But it's not perfect. The rear brake pads are done. On the left one, there's 2 30 seconds remaining, and on the right one, there's 3 30 seconds remaining. The front looked pretty good. Looks like both of them are at 9. So on my way home, I stopped by AutoZone and grabbed some ceramic brake pads for the rear. And we'll get those switched out here in a minute. Another thing to kind of take note of is they said it was low on coolant. and they recommend a pressure test just to make sure there was an issue, but they couldn't find any signs of leaks either. So I did not have them do that because I actually drove this car back and forth from Kansas City a couple times after I got it, and there was no overheating issues, and everything seems to be fine, and I just topped off the fluid. We'll keep an eye on it. Other than that, air filter needs to be changed, and that's about it. So overall, guys, a good bill of health, but it is not retail ready in my book because those brake pads have to be changed. You can't sell a car to somebody, at least knowingly, that needs work, and that could be a safety concern. So we're going to go ahead and switch those out. Shouldn't take but a few minutes to get that done. And we'll probably go to Pick and Pull or U-Pull and see if we can find us a antenna. And then we'll go to Walmart and grab us some floor mats. And then the car should be about ready. All right. Get this where you guys can see it, maybe. There's a little bit of meat left on them, but not much. Like I said, they measured out at like, what, 30 seconds or something like that. So they're not all the way down, but they're close enough to where they need to be replaced. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of that so we can make this retail ready, and whoever buys this car, that's one less thing they have to worry about. Oh, look at the meat on those. Yeah. Oh yeah. Go. I just like to put some grease where metal touches metal. There we go. All right, we'll torque those here in just a little bit. All right, so both wheels are on and torqued. Brakes are done. Now we just need to go up here, and looks like we spilled over just a little bit, but that'll go back down as we pump the brakes. Let's put the cap back on, get our rags out of here. Let's put those there so we didn't make a mess. And now we just need to go for a drive and make sure everything's okay. But before we do, let's go ahead and pull these stickers off of here, because while we're out, we may just swing by the car wash. The longer that stuff's on there, the harder it is to get off. So, all right, I'll grab the other stickers and I'll grab a rag. Clean that up a little bit. Boop. All right, I'll get a rag on that too. And I think there's, yeah, a couple more. We got one on the side. Oh, that was gonna make a mess. Come on now. And one more. Oops. Oh, come on. All right, let me clean these windows up real quick and then we'll go for a little test drive. All right, let's get those windows cleaned up a little bit. Got all the stickers off and the residue, but now I need to get all the goo be gone off of there. What's up? All right, while we're out and about, decided to go ahead and go to Walmart. And right here is what we want. They're $14.88. They've gone up a little bit. They used to be like $10 or $12. But these work really well. All right, so let's go ahead and get these new mats in the car. So I like these because they're cheap, but yet they're soft and they look pretty good, and they fit most cars. I really haven't had an issue with these. There we go. Take this plastic thing off, and then we'll cut these loops off. Scissors are dull. Okay. There we go. Doesn't that look better? I think so. I did just notice the seat's kind of dirty though, so we'll have to shampoo it. I'm not sure how well it's coming out on camera. The other ones look fine. It's just the passenger one, so we'll shampoo that seat before we get it listed for sale. All right, perfect. And let's do a reach across here. There we go. All right, this car's looking good. So now what's left is to shampoo that seat, which we'll do another day, and get a new antenna. So we'll probably do that tomorrow. We'll head to the junkyard and see if we can find one of those. And then we'll get it all shined up and get it listed. All right, so we've made it to the salvage yard. Today I've got my dad with me. He's going to be looking for a couple parts for his Ford Edge. And so we're going to go actually look for
you got the hammer?
The edges first. And then we'll be on our quest to look for a Kia Soul so we can grab that antenna.
All right.
Go through this oily mud here.
Nice day though. Too bad I don't have a Ford Focus to work on. I got tons of them. Convertible Mustang. The GT. 32, 30. There's one with the top down. And there's an Edge right there. It's not the same one, but they do have one right there. That car just looks like fun, doesn't it? There's nothing left.
Focus, yeah. What color was it? Another Focus. I just grab those books and sell it because make some good money on books. This one's 2-wheel drive. Yeah, I know. Where? This might be it right here. $2013. This is it. And there it is right there on the ground. Huh? There's a cart? It's slimy and grimy, but there's a cart. You can take it. Is this one all-wheel drive? No. Did you buy the only all-wheel drive Edge?
Yeah. Well, that one would be easy to take apart.
Surely, though, everything down there is the same. God damn it. Why would the strut be different, though? But it does have different part numbers.
Them are shoulder bolts.
Yeah, this one's already missing the steering knuckle. And I must say, it is nice having the yards graveled. Sure beats having to walk around in mud, but man, this large gravel is hard on your ankles. And also pretty loud on our audio. Which row was this? 91? There should be another one in 90 right over here. And now I believe we are looking for a couple parts for a Honda Odyssey that I'm flipping. I didn't make any videos on it. And then also, I believe there's a couple Kias over here. So we're just trying to identify where those are at. And here I didn't have any tool bags in my hand, so I could actually rotate my phone over in landscape mode to get you guys a full screen. And we finally found a Kia. So we're going to cut the headliner out so we can get the antenna off. And then we'll be on our way. All right, we are back at the garage. And what we need to do now is get this antenna that we just picked up onto the car. So now, unfortunately, it's not going to be as easy to get it installed as it was to take it out, because we were able to just basically cut a little square piece out to remove it. But I think what we need to do is just remove these trim pieces here on the side. And then there's a couple clips up here. We'll pop those out as retainers and then see if we can drop it down low enough to get that out.
All right, so we got both sides loosened up. So now I think we can go ahead and try lowering this headliner back here. And I gotta be real careful not to crease it. Okay, and it's glued right there, it looks like, of course. Okay, so it's already kind of coming off the glue anyway. Ooh, George. So it's got these little things here, which I guess you have to take this rubber piece off to get to them. And then you're supposed to unclip those to bring it down. So, big bug, June bugs. So, here, let's just, yep. All right, so those just hook onto that. So we'll put some glue on these clips and put them back up here like they're supposed to be. One of them is already kind of loose anyway. All right, so yeah, we'll definitely fix that. Whatever. Whatever. But now we're almost there. Almost there. Can we get this to come down a little lower? Or do we need to take anything else off, like those handles? Pain in the butt. I'm going to try to get to it just from right here without creasing it too badly. So let's disconnect. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing. Let's disconnect some stuff though. If I can get it. Let me get a screwdriver. All right, so here's what I'm working with. See those wires there? I don't know if I can get you up to the nut that holds the antenna on, but right there. So I gotta take that nut off, which holds the antenna on, unhook this other wire, and then be able to pull the antenna off and put on the new one. So let me go ahead and get that done, and I'll be right back. And disconnected, so now we should be able to just pull this up. There we go. Yeah. So throw that away. And let's get the new one on. You know what, I'm gonna wipe that up real quick before we put on the new one. Get in the hole. Everything now is this reverse. Put the nut on, hold it tight. Plug the wires in, put all the stuff back up, and see if we got some jams. Well, what do we have here? So I went ahead and put the key in the ignition to make sure the radio is working great, and it is. We have great reception. But then I noticed the speaker back here, the subwoofer, was still not working. So I looked closer, and it was unplugged right here. So I went ahead and plugged it in. And this speaker is blown. So someone's been in here before, and instead of just replacing the speaker, they just unplugged it. I'm not like the last person. I don't like leaving broken parts, especially when it's easily fixable. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that sub out and get a new one. And there we are. Oh, right there. Right there. Can you guys see that? Right around the edge. This whole thing is just falling apart. So someone is bumping, man. They bumped themselves into needing a new sub. So we'll get us a new one of these, which probably means another visit to the junkyard. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get this car listed tomorrow morning, but I think this will be a stopping point tonight. And we'll go grab us a new one of these and finish this up tomorrow. Catch you then. And here we are, guys, back at the pull-apart yard. I'm gonna go ahead and see. I'm gonna see if this will actually come off right here without having to pull this whole cover off. And it's super windy today, so I'm not sure how good this audio is gonna sound. All right, so I just had to put the camera away while I took the speaker out. But the same process as what we did to ours. I just removed this, or got this trim piece loose, got the speaker out, and for what I can tell, looks like it's in good shape. So someone had a system in this car, but the plug's a different color. Ours is white, but I don't think that's a big deal. This is a 2013 model. Ours is an 11. But we drove it, so we'll go out and plug it in and make sure it works before we drive all the way home. All right, back at the car here, we've got the new speaker in place. I got one bolt holding it in, and everything does connect, so I think we're good. Let's go ahead and turn on the radio and see if we got some bump. Oh yeah, it's working, but copyright. All right, we are back at the garage. We gotta get this sucker put back together so we can go take some pictures of it. And here's the tripod that I've been using for a long time. And it broke on me a while back, and I glued it back together. This is the one I used to go like to the junkyards and stuff. And I must have put too much glue on there because now it doesn't telescope. And it won't open up large enough to hold my phone. So, gotta get a new one of these. That way I can record better content when I go out to those places. And let's see, I think I pretty much got the new speaker in place. Just gotta put a couple more screws in, I think. Just like that. She's in. So, there, get that one started. I guess that goes underneath. Okay. Oh, yeah. That was a big pop-pepperoni. Now let's put our screws back in. Dope. All right, it's all back together. So I'm gonna throw that old speaker away, get my tool there, put up the seats, give the car a quick little wipe down. And then we'll go take some pictures here and get it listed for sale. All right, I'm at my spot where I take the pictures for my car listings. And before we go, I'm just curious, what's your guys' thoughts of this car when we bought it? Was it really Frontline ready like the seller told me? Or, well, I guess it's just your description of Frontline ready. But in my opinion, that's a flat no. Because the rear brakes need to be done. We had to fix the antenna so the radio would work. Those are the main two things. And then little things that really don't matter. But, you know, it did need some floor mats. So we put some new floor mats in. And what else did we do to this thing? Oh, and the coolant was low, so we had to top off the coolant. But so it wasn't far from being Frontline ready, but in my book, it wasn't Frontline ready. So it is now, so we're gonna go ahead and take some pictures of the car and get it listed for sale. And if you're interested in the car, hit me up at AdAstroAuto.com, where you can view the listing and contact me. But that is it for today's video.
Here's some picture of the final results, and we'll catch you next time.